Hey guys, welcome to Bow Hunting Soul. Today I want to do a quick little video on my Kuyou 1850 Icon Pro. Not necessarily on the bag itself, because I've done a video on the bag itself, though I will kind of quickly go over how much I love this thing. I think it's probably the best bag that I have as far as organization wise for the outdoors, for whether I'm ground hunting, whether I'm in a tree stand, whether I'm hauling things. I don't think another bag exists out there. There's a couple that are close. Everyone's going to kind of point to like a Kuyou and things like that. I do think that they came out with a couple, like one's the Eastern Ruck. I think they missed the mark on that. The thing's huge with way too many pockets bulging out. There's a Shape Charge, which is pretty close, 22 mag maybe. But I still don't think there's a bag out there for the whitetail hunter that I found, or for me, that fits me better than the Icon Pro 1850. Organization is really just amazing. Whether it's the deep pockets, it's sturdy, all that stuff. However, the crux of this video is not really about the bag, but it's about the frame, okay? This little deal right here. Now, I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. The way Kuyou sends out their or does their bags is you can get these bags with a suspension, which is the shoulder straps, and the hip belt, which is amazing. And it can attach right to the bag, or you can get it with the frame, and you can get the frame afterwards. Okay. So the way these things attach is you got some Velcro here, and you got this kind of twist T-lock like that. Okay, and that goes into this slot over here. Now that's on the frame, and if you're not running the frame, if you're just doing it with just the bag itself, then there's actually slots in the bag that, let me get this one out of here too. I'll flop these out of the way toward the front. There's slots, if you don't have it, if you're not using the frame, there's slots in the back of the bag too that is that look just like that. Okay, now on the face of it you're thinking, okay, great, this is a fantastic deal. Problem is, this frame, the problem with Kuyou is they put out so many different versions of frame and so many different versions of bags, and a lot of Kuyou haters point this out where they kind of put a product out and let the customers kind of do the product testing for them. And then they go back and make changes instead of figuring out how to actually make the thing right the first time. So what happens then? Here, sorry about that. Dealing with my daughter who's upstairs. Okay, so anyway, what comes on this thing is you've got this normally up here. If you notice right here, this should be attached to that. These little ears are kind of cut off. I cut them off. Look at these things. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Kuyou. Look at this. I mean, forget not this notch, I did that. But I mean, look how uneven that slot is. This one's worse. They're not even drilled or cut the same as they are on each side. And this side, 3/4 inch strap goes through there supposedly, but that slot, it's not big enough unless you fold the strap over a little bit and kind of curl it through, and it rubs. It's ridiculous. And the way that they have sorry, this video keeps getting interrupted. The way that they have the straps going, okay, isn't right. They've made so many different changes over so many different years that when this is up here, there's not enough strap between the buckles and everything like that. There's not enough strap to kind of go over and actually cinch what you're supposed to cinch. It doesn't work. So what I did, well, actually I called them, and between all their videos, they referred me to the YouTube videos and this and that, which are just garbage. Okay, it's Jason Hairston and somebody else or whatever in a darkly lit room where you can't really see. There's no close-ups going on. So and they're older versions anyway. They're older versions of this stuff, so it's absolutely useless. And the instructions that they send out with these things are also useless because they don't look anything like the pack configuration, or the buckle configuration, or loop configuration that I have. They supposedly sent me the right straps for this model and this, for the two to be compatible. It didn't work. There's nobody over at KUIU that really knows how to like actually loop these things through properly and can walk you through. There was one person that actually had come up with their own set of instructions on their own. Good for them. They sent it, again, that had absolutely nothing to do with this. Everything about it was wrong. So what I did is I cut those tabs off because they're absolutely useless. These two ears are useless. They don't do anything for me. So what I did is these two buckles right here, okay, these two buckles, or these straps rather, come with the frame, and they're actually supposed to go on the inside here and actually, wrap meat and cinch it down if you have a meat bag in there. Okay, so it kind of goes here. Well, what I did instead, because I don't really think you need that if you're going to put any kind of game, and this opens up more, by the way. This opens up more than what I'm showing over here. I just don't have it open more, but it can. Okay, so you can put decent sized meat bags or whatever. When this thing is cinched down, it's not going to move. The problem with the way I had it before was this was kind of doing one of these things. Okay, it was constantly moving because I could never get the top part tight enough to here to not move, because there's always slack because you're running out of space here. It's like those slots are like not designed for that. So what I ended up doing is instead I ended up using this. I ended up using the straps that came with this to run it through these sewn in kind of strap points or whatever. So you got your front cinch straps over here. They go to the front, and the way I have them routed, I had to do a little bit of like buckle moving and strap moving and reweaving and stuff. But I have it going like this. I have it going through here, down, and if you look, it actually goes and loops through that point and comes back over. That way this thing does not interfere with the front straps. And if I want to just push this in, cinch it down, and tighten it, I can actually tighten out some more when I go side to side. If you look at it, yeah, if you look at it, see? I'm actually prying on it. I mean, this does not move from here. And I do the same thing down here. Okay? Again, a little bit of finagling with the buckles, and you got to do it so it doesn't affect the front strap, so it's not pulling the front strap, or if you loosen the front strap, it's loosening this. So they're completely independent of one another. These pull toward the back, the front straps pull toward the front like they should. For the lashing straps. And then this, the tag ends, I just kind of tuck down in here. It doesn't actually even, you got the lumbar pad, it doesn't hit my back. And these, tight. I think I end up just shoving them back under here. They're easy to get in and out. It does not move. This does not, wiggle back and forth. And once again, now I have a pack that I can, if I need to use the frame, I can. If not, then, it's unobtrusive, and it doesn't, affect any of the other straps or anything like that along the front. So that's what I did. KUIU should be ashamed of yourselves for what you charge for this thing. I'm sorry, but you guys still make, I think, the best organized pack. And I know you've got some of the newer ones like the Venture 1800, the Venture 2300, and Jason at Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast just did a YouTube video on that one. I seriously considered maybe selling this one or looking into that. But once I got this thing going, once I got the frame thing going, I'm fine. If I need to upgrade to a bigger pack down the line or something like that with more capacity, I can look into like a 3200 or the 23. I can't remember if it's 22 or 23 for the Icon Pro series. You can just buy a new bag and goes on this frame. Now that I've got the frame situation sorted out, it might bite me in the ass later down the line because maybe these are useful for the the taller bags, but for the 1850, I mean, it's absolutely useless, and you could not get it tight. like I said, Kuyou, shame on you, but I still think you guys make you know, the best pack for what I need. So anyway, go check these things out, and I'd love to hear your comments on if you have a Kuyou and you run into the same kind of problem with trying to mix and match frame to your bag. And you know, if these load lifter, I mean, the load lifter thing is a joke for this one. I mean, there's no load lifting going on the way I've got it set up, but there was no adjustment to be had because it just would not work, you know, without this thing flopping around anyway. These had to go. So anyway, I'd love to hear your comments. Leave them below, and come join our Facebook group, Bow Hunting Soul. Also, if you're looking for some cool bow hunting themed shirts, go to www.stickshirts.com. We're selling some pretty cool stuff there. And if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks.